2 days to the polls. Hello and welcome to JoyNews Today with me, Emefa Akosia Adati. The news is live from our studios here in Kokomlemle, Accra, and also live on DSTV channel 421 and GoTV channel 124. Our major stories for today. Confusion rocks some voting centers in the eastern region as special voters cast their votes today. We've also got updates from the western region. The governing New Patriotic Party and opposition National Democratic Congress gear up for their last rallies. We'll hear from our men on the ground. We've got these plus business, sports and showbiz in this package. Please stay for details. Please stay for details. We'll bring you some election stories now. Now this afternoon, we focus on the last rallies by the NPP and the NDC here in Accra. My colleague Samuel Kojo is following the NPP's final rally, while Kuku Asante is monitoring that of the NDC. We'll start with the NPP, and Kojo joins us with details on how it's starting so far. Kojo, good afternoon, and tell us the mood over there and how preparations are ongoing. Hi, Kojo, if you can hear me. Hi, Kojo, kindly unmute if you can hear me.
Final rally, the last stage of the party to convince Ghanaians to vote. I mean, when you enter the University of Ghana main gate from a Ponglo, the main, just after the main gate, on your right, that's where the MPP is having its final rally, the last stage to convince Ghanaians to accept them in part to continue what they are doing. And look, preparations are ongoing. You can hear the sound there. I see the stage being prepared. A lot of people who are vendors have set up selling various items from food to, party paraphernalia and all of that, things that will make you feel that you are part of the rally. And I see the party base rejuvenated that, look, this is their election. I've been speaking to a few people and they tell me they know that they will carry the day. And I tell them, what? Can't you feel the cry of Ghanaians? They say, well, that is expected. And they believe that they will win because they've done a lot of good job in government.
Right,
Two of them here, I will take their thoughts here.
Okay.
Now, thank you for that here. You say that you are winning, but I tell you that the feeling on the ground is not what you feel.
Thank you, and then good afternoon to our viewers. I just want to say that, yes, MPP is going to carry the day because we have done a lot of work and a lot has been done so much, and I'm just assuring you that we are going to carry the day on the 7th. Why am I saying so? Yes, people are saying there is hardship. It is a global issue. It's a global issue. Now, when we talk, people compare the price of goods and services which are going high. Yes, it is true that prices of food are going high.
On.
No, when you get back 4 years back, I am a rice farmer. I farm my rice for 220 cities. And I buy cement at 500. So that 220 buy 4 bags of cement. Today I sell a bag of rice at 700, and I buy equally 7 bags of cement. So that day and this day, which one are you telling me is better? After all, my children have got advantage to go to school. I have my grannies who are going there. Our educational system has been so much prepared, getting it very, very robust. We started the free HSH. We were having infrastructure issues. As I'm telling you now, a lot of schools have stopped the system. Some are running normal. And so we have done a lot. Look at the agenda 111 hospitals across country. Look at a whole lot of interchanges and things that you see as Ghanaians. In fact, this government has done a lot. I just want to say that because we don't do a lot of propaganda, because we feel we are serving Ghanaians, because we feel it's our duty to put infrastructure in place. When we are working around, we really don't publish them so much as you see it yourself. So for me, my brother, and the people out there, they know they are going to vote. We are not going to vote for Nkokwa Kitikiti. We are going to vote for free HSS. We are going to vote for the agenda 111. We are going to vote for massive road infrastructure.
Grateful, it tells you how they expect to make a last push. You listen to him, in fact, this is the party's last push. But I'm grateful to you for joining us as well. So today is the last day your party leaders will be speaking to you. What's your expectation? I expect more of vivid agenda or vision for my government. I believe in my candidate, that's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He has the better policies here in Ghana. Comparing Bawumia to Mahama, clearly see the difference of policy. Because you just don't come on air and just throw words to people. Tell us what you are about to do. Akufo-Addo started campaigning for free school since 2008. He repeated it in 2012, did it in 2016. So you see the consistency in it. But with Mahama, today he will tell you you are going for Okada, tomorrow you are going for 24-hour economy. He's not even on it. He doesn't have any focus for the nation. He just throws words into the air, and that is very embarrassing. A former president, there are some promises or policies Bawumia is mentioning that I expect Mahama to rather say that. Because he has been a former president before, and you have no vision, you have no agenda for the nation, just throwing insults and words to people, and it's very bad. And we now, like, I'm at Ghana Civil Service. Now,
well, so it's just starting in a few hours here in Accra, and my colleagues are on standby. We'll definitely bring you details of how everything would happen at that rally, both at the NPP and then also at the NDC. We'll also go to Kojo Asante at some point in the bulletin to bring us how the NDC is also gearing up for their last day, the big rally. But let's take you to where the special voting is taking place, especially in the Eastern and Western region. There's been some confusion at the Eastern Regional Police Headquarters where voting is taking place. This happened when the new job in South NDC organizer Tijani Mikano resisted efforts by a police officer to move away from the voting perimeter. He said he'll not leave until an NPP official who is also at the same place leaves. Now, Eastern Region's Kofi Sian joins us with updates. Kofi, how was this issue resolved and what else has been happening at the voting center?
Okay, so MFA, it took the intervention of the police officers around, as well as the Electoral Commission officers who were also around the place to resolve the issue. They spoke to the NDC executive, Alhaji Mekano Tijani, and after that, confrontations and the kind of interventions that they made, he understood it. And as I speak with you, calm has returned to the place and voting is still ongoing.
All right. Thank you so much, Kofi. Now, let's take you to the Western region where voting has been relatively calm. We'll start from Esikado Kitten, where Ina Thalia Kwanzaa has been monitoring the process and she joins us with updates. Ina, please give us updates. What's happening in the Western region?
Sure. So in the Western region, it has been peaceful from morning. From where I am, monitoring as the Skadukatan constituency, and a little over 100 have voted. It started at exactly 7 a.m. It's been relatively calm. Now I am at the GJA office here in the Western region where there is a press conference where the NDC is speaking to a number of journalists on why the people of the Western region should vote for them on 7 December and not the New Patriotic Party. But from my monitoring across the region, it has been relatively calm.
Thank you so much, Ina. Let's bring you back to Accra, where my colleague Kojo Asante is on standby. Let's bring you up to speed with the NDC's rally and how it's probably underway or is about to start, if it started anytime soon. Good afternoon. Please bring us, what's the temperature like in Madina?
Well, so if the situation is quite charged up here. You can see behind me the stage that has been built. The party executives and other persons haven't yet arrived here. More party supporters are now coming in, filling the space ahead of the former president joining in at about 3 p.m. later today. The former president has been in the Ashanti region where he has been campaigning. He's expected to conclude that part of his tour and then arrive here at about 3 p.m. Earlier on, the party had indicated that this final rally being held at the Zurak Park would have started at about 12, but it's past 12 now. No executive has arrived. That means the timelines have changed, and we expect now, by the announcement that have just been made behind me, that the rally is expected to start about 1 p.m. And at 1 p.m., there will be speeches from party executives, as well as from the constituency up until the regional level. And the former president, who has been in the Ashanti region, will conclude with about 3 constituencies in that region before he will fly to Accra about 3 p.m. And so the former president is expected to be here around 3 p.m. and then culminate this final rally that the party is expected to hold. And so the situation is getting tense here. There's a lot of people that are coming into what is there literally a much more small space at the Zurak Park. The party executive earlier was telling me that they expected to hold this rally at the Independence Square. They were denied access, and that is why they had to settle on the Zurak Park. They say, although it is not that big, they expect about 100,000 persons to join in here. And the road right from Atomic Junction up until Zurak Park, right around the Madina Hotel, is filled up. There's a lot of traffic, but more and more party supporters are walking in and coming in to make their way here for this mammoth rally that the NDC expects will end their rally, that the campaign that they have been doing all along the year. The former president is expected to speak to the nation, address Ghanaians in terms of the bigger promises they've made and why they believe come Saturday, people should go out there and vote for the NDC.
Well, Kirku, so the tradition of political parties busing supporters to such rallies, have you seen any buses around? Does it look like they're going to be busing people, or people are really just voluntarily coming to the rally today?
Well, yes, we expect that is going to happen. Given that this is a national rally, a lot more people from a lot of constituencies across the country, particularly Greater Accra region, are going to come here from Tema and from Lejokuku. In fact, a lot of them have already started coming in. And right from here, I've checked the other spot. I've seen a lot of vehicles coming in from other parts of the country who are making their way here. So the phenomenon of busing is really something that they are doing. Early on, one person was telling me that given that this space is small, even Madina constituency alone will be able to fill it. But I want to give this a national feel, and that is why more and more people are going to come in from all the other constituencies, from the other places in Accra. If you go right behind the road, you see a lot more vehicles have come in. Let me speak to Mr. Akogan. He's the deputy national communication officer of the party. And let me speak to him briefly before you take leave of us. Mr. Gan, this is JoyNews. I mean, how is this organization expected to go for you? Yes, you said you're going to start at 12. What is happening, and what are we to expect?
Right, thank you very much. First of all, the 12 o'clock was the assembling time that you know that by 12 finishes. And in fact, everything to be said for the day. And as I speak to you, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is running up his activities in Ashanti region. He's going to fly in probably in the next hour or two, and then he's going to join us. But we are set, and then we are just waiting for the numbers.
One would say this space is not very big. How many people are you expecting, and can this space contain everybody?
Anybody who says this place is not big doesn't know this. This is the size of 3 football pitches. You understand? And in fact, it is the biggest so far in Accra. Let me say that before we chose this venue, we scouted for bigger facilities, which even included the Independence Square, which we were denied. And you all know the situations with our stadiums where people were complaining about pitches and all those things. So we had decided to avoid the football pitches too. So in fact, this is the biggest so far in Greater Accra. And that is what we decided to choose, because we are expecting huge numbers, over 10,000 people here. The minimum you can say is 10,000. We are looking beyond that, 20,000.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gan. And that is Mr. Akogan, the Deputy National Communication Officer of the party, giving us some indication in terms of the preparedness of the party to host this event. And they say that they are ready. They expect more and more people to come in.
Asante, they're bringing us details of how the NDC rally is coming up, and tells us that it will start a little later today at about 3 p.m. as compared to the time that was earlier announced at 1 p.m. You must trust us, your election headquarters, to bring you all the details happening both at the NPP and the NDC rallies. Now let's go to the Upper West region, where some ex-staff of defunct GN Bank have thrown their support behind the NDC, urging Ghanaians to vote for John Mahama at a press conference in Wa. Co-convener James Shuminia said they wallow in poverty following the withdrawal of the license of GN Bank and other final institutions.
To rebuilding our financial landscape in Ghana and our circumstances, we, the sympathizers and concerned ex-staff of GN Bank GN Savings, stand united in issuing this statement in support of former President Mahama commitment to bringing back GN Bank and other defunct banks, to vote overwhelmingly for His Excellency, former John Dramani Mahama, in the 7th December election, which is very crucial. 2024 elections, hoping he will reset our lives by revitalizing GN Bank, GN Savings, and other defunct indigenous banks in the country. We wish the shareholders of GN Bank and Savings and other shareholders of the defunct banks and all ex-staff of indigenous defunct financial institutions well. We are therefore calling on all well-meaning Ghanaians, all ex-staff, and all who were customers of GN Bank to rally behind this call to ensure that we vote massively on Saturday for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to come and reset our lives, to come and give us the hope that many of us have lost in this country.
Speak to Rafiq Salam, who has more on this. Rafiq, and so this group has also been touting the 24-hour economy policy. What have they been saying about it?
According to them, over 4,500 workers of GN Bank and Savings lost their job as a result of the revocation of the license of the bank.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure the network is quite bad, but if I'm able to connect back to, well, Rafiq, if you can hear me, please go on.
Okay, so about 75,000 ex-workers also lost their job as a result of the revocation of the license. So according to him, he is saying that if John Dramani Mahama is able to win the 2024 polls and implement this 24-hour policy, it will really help the people, because he's saying that looking at the unemployment rate in the country, the past 4 or 5 years, it has been increasing. And so bringing back the 24-hour economy, touted by John Dramani Mahama, will a long way help to reduce the unemployment rate in the country.
Okay, thank you so much, Rafiq. It also appears that not all are enthused about queuing to vote on Saturday. With some level of apathy setting in Tema Central constituency, there's a mixed feeling among residents who are taking part in this year's general elections. While some residents are ready to renew the mandate of this administration, others are complaining of hardship, demanding change. More in the following report from my colleague Kwame Yanka.
Tema Central constituency in the last 3 elections has voted for the New Patriotic Party. In 2020, the party garnered more than 30,000 votes in the presidential election against NDC's over 17,000 votes. In the parliamentary election, current MP for the area, Ninoy Hansi Norte, had 31,121 votes, beating NDC's Evi Bright, who secured 16,728 votes. With 2 days to the elections, how ready are constituents for December 7? Here is Presidente, who is eager to vote and encouraged others to do same.
I'm going to vote for Bawonia and the other side to Charles Forson. Okay. So you don't have to sit down for someone to decide for you. So you have to decide for yourself.
17-year-old Inshra Edu is not eligible to vote, but that did not stop her from sharing her views. She's calling for tolerance and peace in the end.
I think there should be peace in the nation. And I think most of the times people can't tolerate the views of others, so it leads to heated arguments and it escalates into something else. So these elections, we all have our views, we all have people we want to vote for, but we should try and do everything peacefully.
For Emmanuel Abekan, who has never voted, is unsure of taking part in the process this year.
The one minor, because the idea, me sure say me vote. Mangasa me vote that be the way we na condemn, me sure say me vote. Come in my dimpa. The one mind my and the make say me vote, I say me kwa say any keke. Nti me vote. So the intimate na fear.
The issue about the economy will influence Madam Regina Mensah's votes.
Ghana is too hard. That is what I'm going to look for. To vote. Everybody should vote as a Ghanaian. That is our civic responsibility, number 1. Number two, it is you who knows what you are going through.
Meanwhile, NDC's parliamentary hopeful, Evie Bright, who is attempting for the third time, says a vote for her and John Mahama will help revive national assets, including Tema oil refinery, Valco, and industries in general to help create the needed jobs for the youth.
That the NDC has done it under His Excellency John Mahama. We had 4 years of the best performance of TOR in recent history. I wouldn't even say a long-term history actually. Right now the failure is evident as a lack of leadership and vision. But interestingly, TOR is not a local. It's not a local treasure, it's a national treasure, it's a national asset. And like I said, revival of industry in Tema is a revival of industry for the whole nation. So that's how important we are, and that's how big the responsibility we carry is. But my concern, it's not only TOR, Aluwex, Valco, and so many companies, but also, just industries that are private or that we haven't even heard of, not only national industries. It's important that this place, which has been designated to manage the industrial economy, actually does so, whether it's a national asset or not.
Evie Bright was quite surprised as Tema Regional Hospital project has stalled, but assured of NDC's commitment to prioritizing healthcare in the industrial city. NPP's Charles Forson was however not available. Kwame Yankesh reports for Joy News.
Electoral Commission in Ashanti region says steps are being taken to act on complaints received from the National Democratic Congress on the ineffectiveness of indelible marks deployed for the special voting. According to the NDC, the indelible inks used in marking special voters could be cleaned easily, a situation they believe could mar the general election. Ashanti Regional Director for the EC, Francis Osei-Nsia, says the necessary steps are being taken to rectify all concerns raised. Nanaya Ojima has more in this report.
The Ashanti region recorded 85% voter turnout for the special voting exercise. Though the exercise was declared as largely successful, 3 major concerns were raised by the NDC after the exercise. Key among the issues is what they describe as the ineffectiveness of the indelible ink used on the day. Ashanti Regional EC Director Francis Osei-Nsia speaks of the actions being taken.
We also communicated the same to Accra, and Accra is taking steps to
But is it true?
Well, it depends on individuals. If maybe deliberate efforts that you want to wrap it, it may be successful. I would not try that. But I think maybe they also demonstrated, they tried to wipe with some chemicals, and maybe the thing went off. So if they can come and tell you that if you use AB, they won't tell you the details, but they can tell if you use chemical.
But the EC itself in this region, did you try yourself to wipe and see if it's...
No, what I'm saying that when I think we have saying that we've indicated to the commission, and then they've taken steps to make sure that that day that will not happen.
The NDC raised concerns over the late arrival of voter register in the Offenso North constituency. The EC has assured the necessary steps are being taken to avoid a repetition on election day.
We make sure that on that day everybody will start at 7, every polling station, except situation that we think it's beyond us, like what happened at Madina or whatever. But if you tell me by our preparation and by the way we do things, we check it. We have what you call distribution plans. You have to know. You tell me, you give me your plan on my table that you start your distribution at this point, at this hour. You get here. So by 6:15, I know where you are. By 6:45, 6:40, we'll do all this. It's on my table. So on the paper, yes. But I'm saying that along the line, something may happen that, is beyond your control. That might delay the process a bit, but that's not deliberate.
Meanwhile, the commission has reviewed all materials, including the biometric verification devices, are placed under strict security supervision.
We are going for the materials today.
The BVDs?
Yeah, everything.
Okay.
We are going for the materials from the police station today. The ballot papers, the BVDs, they will be in our office. So from today to Friday, you are going to charge the BVDs. They will be in our possession. They will be in our custody. Just that we will ask for police protection. From today to Friday, the materials will be in our office. Because the BVD come to the polling station to verify the voter before ballot will be issued to the voter. That's the essence of BVD. And beyond that, nothing. And then when before the BVD is used, you will check that it's zero.
Oh,
zero.
okay.
Yes.
For Joy News, Nana Ochima reporting.
The Media Foundation for West Africa is waging war against misinformation and disinformation, which often spike during elections, with the launch of the Election 2024 Media Situation Room. To combat this, it's in partnership with Dubawa, Ghana, FactSpace West Africa, and Fact Check Ghana will deploy innovative technologies to fact-check posts in real time. Elsie Isidua has more on this following report.
Media Foundation for West Africa is waging war against misinformation and disinformation, which often spike during elections, with the launch of the Election 2024 Media Situation Room. A 2021 study by the Media Foundation for West Africa found that 60 to 70% of Ghanaians have encountered misinformation, especially in the form of rumors, fake news, and misleading social media posts. The Ghana Fact-Checking Coalition, which includes Dubawa, Fact Check Ghana, and others, also identified that misinformation during election periods is often amplified, with false narratives spreading to millions through viral social media posts, particularly during high-stakes moments like elections. With such activities expected to intensify during the election period, the Ghana Fact-Checking Coalition is stepping up efforts to combat misinformation by launching innovative tools to verify information in real time. Kweku Krobia Asante, who is the Senior Program Officer for MFWA, highlights the plans of the initiative.
Well, we are harnessing these strengths, these experiences that we have garnered over the years, focus on the Ghanaian situation that we have now going to the elections, during the elections and post-elections, and help fight the problem of misinformation that threatens, the electoral integrity.
Krobia Asante also mentioned the coalition's alliance with the Electoral Commission and other entities.
Well, we are working with the election task force of the police. We are in contact with them. We are also in contact with the Electoral Commission. We are in contact with the National Peace Council. We are working together with these institutions so that when anything comes up, we are able to immediately draw their attention to it. Or in situations where we have to validate information from them, we can immediately reach out to them so that they can give us accurate information. So we are working with all the relevant institutions.
Rosalina Ahiable shares the tools that will be deployed to help fight misinformation during the election.
Chatbots where people can go to verify information. They can also source for existing fact checks within the information ecosystem on that platform. And then thirdly, they can also submit claims for us to do the fact checking for them. So once we have that solution on the platform, we're hoping that people will use it. And then we also have the Dubai Audio platform, which is a claim identifying application. So what you do is you queue in or you upload audio content. The tool will transcribe it and then tease out what it identifies as claims within it for us to work on. So those are two of the main tools that we are deploying during this period to help the fight against information disorder.
The launch of the Election 2024 Media Situation Room by the Ghana Fact-Checking Coalition is a vital step in combating election misinformation. The real-time fact-checking efforts will help ensure a fair and informed democratic process. Elsie Kisiedu reporting for Joy News.
Ahead of Saturday's parliamentary and presidential elections, eligible voters are rushing to secure buses to travel across the country to cast their votes. Bus terminals in Accra are in hive of activity as travelers are moving to their various destinations to elect a president and parliamentarians. Collins Frimpong has more in this report.
With just about 48 hours for Ghanaians to head to the polls to elect a new president and also parliamentarians, circle bus terminals are buzzing with activities. Travelers who are willing to cast their votes are navigating packed queues and also tight schedules to reach their hometowns. They are determined to make their voices heard.
I'm traveling back to Kumasi to go and vote. That is the main reason why I'm here. I'm so eager. That is why I have to travel today back to my station and vote. So eager to vote.
No, we go home when it's Christmas, but we have to go and vote. That is the main reason we are going.
You're not perturbed about the traffic situation on the Accra-Kumasi bound stretch?
No, that shouldn't be a reason for me not to go and vote. But I don't know about others because there's traffic everywhere. Even if you come into town, there's a lot of traffic. So why not? I'm going to vote. I don't care about the traffic. Even if it's going to take me 2 days, that's why I'm going today. Today is Thursday, so if it's going to take me 2 days, by Saturday I will be there, you understand.
Some travelers are also frustrated with long queues at various bus terminals.
In fact, it's a hell, but I'm very determined to go and vote because it's an exercise that comes once in every 4 years. So no matter the cost and what I will go through, I need to go and make sure I exercise my vote.
Some travelers are urging drivers to be circumspect with their driving. Reporting for JoyNews, Collins Frimpong, Accra.
Well, question is, are you also traveling to go and vote? Tomorrow is a holiday. Are you? You're watching JoyNews Today. Please stay for business.
Welcome back to business here on JoyNews Today. My name is Winston Taki, and now to our first business story. The Minister for Transport, Kweku Ofori-Asamoah, says he has described the passage of the Ghana Shippers Authority Act as a game changer for the shipping industry. He said the new act provides authority with the requisite legal framework to effectively regulate the commercial shipping sector and address challenges such as illegitimate charges of services providers. And there is more in this report.
The past 5 decades, the Ghana Shippers Authority has been a cornerstone in economic development. Representing the interest of shippers in Ghana, the authority has played a critical role in interfacing between shippers, shipping service providers, and government. Addressing the 50th anniversary launch of the Ghana Shippers Authority, Minister of Transport Kweku Ofori-Asamoah highlighted the authority's achievements, such as the annual cocoa freight negotiation and the construction of the Boankra Inland Port. The minister was hopeful the passage of the new Ghana Shippers Act will bring dynamic changes to the sector and ensure effective oversight of the industry by the Shippers Authority.
The fulfillment of the vision towards the development of an inland port, the authority acquired and secured a strategic location which is now being developed into Boankra Integrated Terminal in Ashanti region to link the port of Tema and Takoradi to the inland regions of Ghana as well as the landlocked countries of Burkina Faso, Mali and Niger. I wish to use this opportunity to caution and admonish the Ghana Shippers Authority that this is not a time to rest on your house, but a time to leverage on the passage of the Act 2024, Act 112, to work assiduously to create a viable shipping environment that facilitates international trade and ensures fairness, efficiency, and competitiveness for all players in commercial shipping industry.
The Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Shippers Authority, Kwesi Baf Ochre Sapon, underscored the authority's contributions to Ghana's economy, describing the 50-year journey as a reflection of resilience and innovation.
Ladies and gentlemen, 50 years ago, the Ghana Shippers Authority was born out of a bold and audacious vision to protect and promote the interests of shippers in Ghana at optimum cost. It was not easy then, and it's not easy now. But with each passing decade, we have demonstrated that resilience, there's that word again, coupled with an unyielding commitment to excellence, which will transform even the toughest challenges into boundless opportunities.
Mr. Sapon said the authority will continue to adapt, leverage technology and sustainable practices to improve the operations of shipping and logistics industry.
The Ghana Geospatial Society is advocating speedy adoption of geospatial technologies to boost Ghana's digital transformation drive and economic growth. Speaking at the Society's second annual general meeting in Accra, President Michael Nyagbe highlighted investment in geospatial technologies as key in addressing national challenges and enhancing resource management. Rosela has more in the story.
refers to the collection, analysis, and use of data associated with specific locations. This includes satellite imagery, drones, GPS data, and GIS softwares that visualizes and analyzes spatial data. In emerging markets, geospatial technologies are helping address development challenges by providing data-driven insights for a wide range of applications. While geospatial technology has immense potential, several challenges need to be addressed to realize its full benefits here in Ghana. Speaking to Joy Business at the second annual general meeting of the Ghana Geospatial Society in Accra, President Michael Nyagbe highlighted some of the challenges.
The challenges faced is more of the adoption of the geospatial technology. So we have a lot of organizations starting, but then we need to adopt. The adoption rate is not as fast as it should be for the nation to be able to get the benefits that it seeks to get out of it.
To create more awareness, the Geospatial Society says it is taking a different approach by involving the younger generation and introducing spatial thinking clubs in schools.
The society, for one, is adopting a different approach. We want to start by getting our younger ones in the basic and the senior high schools to adopt it. So we plan to have these spatial thinking clubs within these schools where we would want to change that mentality among them. We want them to know that it is not even, you don't need to do a geospatial related program to adopt it. Once all of these children adopt it, it becomes like a communication language that everyone uses. You grow into any profession, you use it there. Then this tool now would grow faster. If we want to target those who are old, I'm sure it will take a longer time. So we want to start it from the younger ones. Then as they grow, they would phase out this particular challenge that we have in society.
The Ghana Geospatial Society Annual General Meeting and Conference emphasized the need for geospatial excellence to enable digital growth. Stakeholders deliberated on ways to foster innovation and collaboration to unlock Ghana's potential.
That's all for business. Coming up is sports after this break.
Time now to bring you sports here on Joy News Today with me, Muftau Nabila Abla. Former Ghana international Augustine Ahimfo says that the decline of the Black Stars in the last 5 years is due to the fact that the Ghana Football Association has not hired the right coaches for the senior national team. Speaking on the next edition of Prime Take, Augustine Ahimfo believes that with the right technical hands in charge of the senior national team, the Black Stars would have been able to qualify to the next edition of the African Cup of Nations.
I don't think that when he took over or took us to the World Cup, everything was rosy okay for him. He should have known the things.
He took us to the World Cup without winning any game.
Yeah, but I'm saying that he should have known the things that he had encountered privately, because maybe there are certain things that he can't share with you behind the scenes. But I always say, Mufta, that the things that myself and you sit in our comfort to plan, to want to execute, there's always two results that will come out of it. It is either a positive result or a negative result. So if you go out there and whatever you plan to execute comes out good, it's a positive one. But whatever you plan to do comes out negative, then you have to ask yourself also that the things that we planned probably were not the best of things. So going forward, how do you remedy the situation? And that's the story.
So the FA haven't hired the best of coaches for our national team?
If they had, we will not be here. Not the people they hired were worse coaches. No, I'm not saying that. If they did hire and they put proper structures in play, we might probably would have qualified. Because me, like I've told you, I've identified Otto as somebody who is sometimes a bit cautious in his approach to the game. I always see him play two defensive midfielders, be it playing outside or playing locally. So I'll ask him that, fine, playing outside, because you are not so sure, you can play 2 games. But when you are playing at home, be a bit offensive. So you can play one here and then the one
upfield
could be an offensive player to support attack. But if I see that still you are playing like Shawusu and whatever in the middle, where the progression of the ball is not progressing how it's supposed to progress, then there is a problem. I have scouted one thing over there.
Yeah, and is he open to these suggestions that you have?
Oh, that's why I'm saying that. I asked him and he said something about fighting in training and all that. You understand? But I understand him because of where he's coming from. Because Germany is like that. But look, the terrain in Africa is different from the one in Europe. Even the pitch that you are playing on is not flowing. The ball doesn't move like it's supposed to move. You are here, I want to give you a pass. It will take some seconds to get to. But in Europe, 1 second, the ball is there. Because the ball is rolling faster.
So in this current... That is your sports. For now, we do have more sports stories on myjoyonline.com. We appreciate your time.